Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
What do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Welcome back to the 2024 Saville Shootout, presented by Curling Stadium Edmonton. My name is Brian Gray, and we're live from Sheet 5 at the Saville Community Sports Centre in Edmonton. This is Draw 7. This game is between Team Reese-Hansen of Victoria, BC, against Team Einarson of Gimli, Manitoba. This is a Pool A game. This is the third pool game for these two teams. Both teams are on 1 win and 1 loss. And top of the pool right now is Mila Plett on 2-0. Team Reese-Hansen is lead Julianne McKenzie, second Kim Bono, third Megan McGilvery, and skip Taylor Reese-Hansen. And Team Einarson playing again with 3 players, as they did yesterday. Lead Kristen Karwacki, third Val Sweeting, and skip Kerri Einarson. Team Einarson have won the hammer advantage in this first end, thanks to the draw shot. As we see skip Kerri Einarson in the rings, giving ice to lead player Kristen Karwacki. Just been asked to make this short run on this yellow. Remove the red behind it, which she's done nicely. Unfortunately, she isn't stuck in the rings, but pretty good result. So Team Reese-Hansen trying to come around the back of this really short yellow guard. Nice draw length in this first end, not quite burying, but pretty good result. And now Team Einarson trying to remove this red counter with a down weight, perhaps roll away to the right side as we look. Not sure they can get behind this guard. Oh, that's a great shot. Beautiful line call there from Kerri, and well swept. Managing to hide more than half behind this yellow guard. And presenting some problems to Taylor Reese-Hansen, the skip of this team. Looking to just chip this yellow out. It's got a long way to curl. Unfortunate result there, so chances now for Team Einarson in this first end. Set up a nice 2 with a draw to the open side, as we see. As we see Val Sweeting playing the first of second of her 3 stones. Just looking to come down in what is her out hand. Draw to the open side, a little bit behind this. The yellow that's in the rings would be ideal. Nicely played, but has left a double. So Megan McGilver being asked to play an upweight double takeout. This looks very good. Very nice result. Would obviously have liked to remove that completely, but pretty good result there, and makes this next shot for Val Sweeting a little bit tricky. Just catches on the guard, so takes a little bit of the pressure off Taylor and her team. Problem is, though, getting that yellow out of there is not so easy. You might want to consider the double at the front, even though that yellow's potentially not biting the rings. Taylor doesn't have hammer in this first end, so that yellow, although it's not in the rings right now, it could come into play. So one option would be the double takeout on the yellows, but it looks like she's going to try and come through between the yellow guard and the red at the top of the forefoot and remove this yellow. Needs to be careful here if she is playing a down weight that she doesn't just thin the yellow guard into the rings. She's using her own stone here to remove the yellow at the back. Needs to stick around. And she hasn't done that, so now the yellow card at the front will come into play. So there we see Val Sweeting giving ice for her skip. Kerri Einarson, who's going to come down and play a out-turn tap. Try and split these one yellow into the rings and roll over and create a bit of distance between the two yellow stones to make any potential double as hard as possible. So probably we'll be playing good T-line here to try and get a little bit of distance, maybe even back four. That's a pretty good result. As you can see, she's got 5 or 6 feet between those two yellows, so the double is there, but it's certainly not the easiest one. It needs to be a really firm takeout weight for Taylor with her last stone in this first end. Taylor Reese-Hansen with her last stone of this first end, looking to play a out-turn double takeout, needs to curl. Making really thin contact, but safely done. Won't be too disappointed. It's a 2 to start with, probably, but could possibly have been worse, so now we'll expect Kerri Einarson just to come down on an out-turn draw and just rest up against the yellow in the rings to score her 2 points. looking very comfortable. So a good quality of first end. Two half mistakes there from Team Reese-Hansen, just giving Kerri Einarson's team a chance of 2. So at the first end, Einarson scoring 2 with her hammer to go 2-0 up.
Gripper first. Perfect.
Don't forget your brooms.
Yep, you got it. Yellow.
Come on up. Well, what do you got? You got 1, you got 2, yeah!
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Welcome back to Sheet 5 at the Saville Community Sports Centre in Edmonton. We're into the second end of this game between Team Reese-Hansen and Team Einarson. Team Einarson picking up 2 in the first, thanks to a nice split from Kerri Einarson with her first stone. Taylor Reese-Hansen tried the double, didn't quite make the double, and that allowed Kerri Einarson to make an open draw for 2, which she did. As we see lead player Juliana McKenzie of this BC team being asked to remove the yellow counter in the 4-foot circle. Team Reese-Hansen could, of course, have thrown a corner guard there, but electing just to remove the yellow counter that was in the 4-foot circle. They are, of course, playing one of the most experienced teams and one of the most successful teams in Canada in recent years. So perhaps just electing to keep it a little bit simpler than they might normally do, despite losing 2 at the first end. Not trying too hard to win 2 back and just trying to acclimatize, get used to the ice conditions, and being patient. Now we see the corner guard being pulled. With Juliana's second stone, nicely played. We are, of course, playing the 5-rock tick rule. No tick rule. Team Einarson would probably normally remove that red guard, but as it's the 5-rock rule, she's obliged to play one more rock into the center area, perhaps just a little bit short of the 12-foot. Just going to touch the front of the 12-foot circle here. And now Taylor asking our second player, Kim Bono, to take these 2 yellows out. Possibly roll a little bit away from the guard. Nicely done. As we see Val Sweeting playing the first of her 3 rocks in this second end. Will be interesting to see if Kerri asks for a particular roll here, or if she just wants it on the nose. She doesn't have hammer. So she really wants to go down that front. Val playing a nice controlled weight. And there we are, as expected, just hang around the center line. Does give Taylor now the opportunity to ignore that short yellow stone and go round the red corner guard that she played earlier in the end. As we see second player Kim Bono. And this looks to be a very nice line. Very nicely done. Just showing a tiny bit on the outside, but that's as good a solution as you can get at this point. So Kerri removing this corner guard now. Will be interesting to see if she tries to roll to the center or if it's just a straight peel. Rolling to the center is great if you can do it, but it's a pretty tough call, and she's missed this guard. So a good chance now for Taylor and her team to capitalize on that miss and get a second one round this corner guard. As we see third player Megan McGilvery. Probably needs to overcurl this one a little bit. Just come up short. Would love to have been in line with the guard and the shot in the rings. Just top 12 would have been perfect there for Megan, but she's just come up short, and it's giving Val Sweeting now a chance to come between the yellow and the red guards. And what is an in-hand for Val? Counterclockwise rotation. Needs to just draw a little bit and come through this gap, and would like to freeze on the red if she could. It's a good attempt, but just come up a little bit short. And now there's lots of options here for Taylor. She could just draw to the open side. She could also consider the doubles on the yellow. And the third option would be just to go on the in-hand round towards the existing red stone in the rings. All three could be interesting. She's elected for the simplest one right now, which is the open draw to the, as we look now, the right-hand side of the rings. Probably back 8 foot would be ideal here, just a little bit better than the yellow in the circles. Can't afford to be long. That unfortunately has just gone a hair too long, and the yellow is in second shot position. Takes the pressure off Kerri a little bit. If Taylor's team had been lying 2 right now, she might have elected to hit one of the red in the circles. But as it's only 1, she's going to try and attempt to come around that yellow stone top 12 and give herself a real chance of a steal. So Kerri Einarson with her first stone of this second end. Out turn draw, trying to find top of the button, I would think. Very nicely played, just stays in shot position. Just gone behind the tee line, so it does give Taylor Reese-Hansen a chance to come on top of that yellow stone and potentially get 2 points that way. I did mention previously on the shot beforehand for Team Reese-Hansen they might consider removing the 2 yellows, and here's why. Those 2 yellows are now causing a bit of a problem here. Having said that, looking at the angle of the 2 yellows would have been a tough double. Just seeing the overhead there for the first time. Not sure exactly what she's doing here. If she thinks she can come through that hole. Appears to be very tight. So Taylor with her first stone of this second end. Appears to have just put it out a little bit. Very close. Beautiful shot. Very precise hit there from the skipper. The only downside is she hasn't hung around in the rings, and now Kerri will have the identical draw as her first one. And this time she'll be aiming to be in front of the tee line and not in that gap to allow Taylor with her next stone to do something similar to what she's just done. Kerri Einarson then. Draw to the button. Ball indicating the line is good. And there we are. She's just come behind the tee line, but this time she's not in the gap, so Taylor can't play. I don't think she can play the same stone as she did before. She's going to be forced into a similar draw, I think, for 1 point. So job done from Kerri's perspective. Don't think there's a chance of chipping for 2 here. Taylor does have a stone in second shot position. If she could see any of that yellow, she could have chipped it on back ring weight. But the ice she's taking, clearly she's just opting to draw for 1 point. Taylor Reese-Hansen with the last stone of this second end. Trying to draw the button to score 1 point. She just threw a big hit, so it's now time to switch to draw weight. The line is great. Unfortunately, she's just come up half a rock short. Really unfortunate. Very good attempt, but a very good end of curling from both teams. Einarson will steal 1 point and will go into a 3-0 lead after 2 ends.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
If you've just joined us, welcome back to the 2024 Saville Shootout, presented by Curling Stadium Edmonton. We're live from Sheet 5 at the Saville Community Sports Centre in Edmonton. And this is a draw 7 game between Taylor Reese-Hansen of Victoria, BC, and Kerri Einarson of Gimli, Manitoba. This is a Pool A game. As I mentioned before, both these teams are on 1 win and 1 loss. If you were watching yesterday, you would have seen the game between Kerri Einarson and Gracelyn Richards. It was a very thrilling finish, Gracelyn Richards coming out top in that game. And then later on, Kerri Einarson beat Corin Brown by 6 points to 0 to give her the first win of the tournament. And Team Reese-Hansen, they played Sturmy in the first game and won by 6 points to 3, and then dropped 8-1 against Plett in their second game. So both these teams looking to go 2-1 to stay in contention. The leader of the pack in that group right now is Mila Plett, who has 2 out of 2 wins. And Taylor Reese-Hansen is a team on form. They won the Under 25 Next Gen Championship last weekend. Beating actually Gracelyn Richards, Kerri's opponent yesterday in that final. So both those teams on form. And Kerri Einarson was well in control of her game yesterday morning. It was the first game of the competition. She was leading by 5-1, but Team Richards came all the way back, and it was a thrilling finish, and she won out 9 points to 6 at the end, perhaps a bit surprisingly. So both these teams keen for a second win. As we see Kristen with her third rock, placing a very nice center guard. This end a little bit more conventional with the Reese-Hansen team with hammer drawing to the side, a corner guard first and then going behind it. But opting not to remove any guards here. Aggressive call. 3 down, she would like to make sure that she scores this end, so at some point she's probably going to find herself moving that centered guard to give her a chance to score. And Kerri, of course, 3 points up. Doesn't want to see any red granite in the circles, so she'll be looking for this front to back double takeout. Just pick the stone on the 8 foot as she goes by. Could even roll across onto the center line and create a bit of a wall in front of that stone on the 1 foot circle. Val Sweeting then with an upweight double. And that's exactly as called. Very nicely played. And now Taylor's going to ask Kim to come through that hole on a control weight and just chip the yellow out of the circles. Very nicely done. Kerri's going to ask Val to follow that, and Kerri would love to get a roll either 2 inches left or 2 inches right to make things much harder for her opponent. Nicely done. At 3-0 down, Taylor has to just be a little bit careful here with this wall of yellow at the front of the rings. Needs to make sure at the end of the end she's got a shot for herself. Doesn't want to lose any more points. Very nicely done. And this time just a slight roll. Kerri will be quite happy to play this game all day because she's basically keeping all her rocks on the center line in the control zone. But at some point, Taylor needs to make a decision perhaps to open things up. So this is Val with her third stone of the end. P. Einarson playing with 3 players. And the first half mistake, Val of course is a lefty. That perhaps just changed things a little bit, didn't quite get the icing right there, or maybe it was a little bit stronger than expected. Either way, it's changed the dynamic a little bit. Taylor asking third player Megan McGilvery to come through that hole, draw into the 4-foot. Give themselves a chance of 2 at this third end. Get on the scoreboard, get back in the game. That's a pretty good result. It's fully hidden. It is behind the tee line, of course. I did mention in the second end that Taylor appeared to be showing a lot of respect for her opponent, and rightly so. This end has got a little bit out of control for her, and of course there's certainly a chance of 2 here for her, but with so much granite in the control zone, if Kerri can freeze one in here, then it's going to be very hard to score anything more than 1 point for Taylor. This is looking very nice. And there it is. We wouldn't expect anything else from Kerri. So getting one's going to be straightforward enough, but getting more than one looks nigh on impossible now. So a complicated third end here. Not the end that Taylor Reese-Hansen would have been hoping for when she threw that corner guard. Now trying to come down, come through this port and freeze on this yellow to basically secure 1 point. Doesn't want to bounce off it. Perfectly played. Very nicely done. Pretty much assuring that she's going to score 1 here. And who knows, there might be a chip of some sort on that red on the left. On the right, as we look on the main screen, there might be a chip for 2 that way. So Kerri Einarson with her last stone of this third end. Looking to plug things up, I think. This one's just a little bit shorter. So not the desired result, and I think Taylor can probably still come through there. And possibly chip for 2. Other option will be to use that red guard. But if there's a gap there between the 2 yellow guards, this is the easier shot because they know how it's curling down here. And she just needs to move the yellow probably about half a rock width and she's going to get her 2 points. So a little bit of an error there from Kerri, giving Taylor a chance here to get back into this game. But by no means easy. That gap is certainly a little bit narrower than it was before. But the shape of the port does help her because there's a nice draw from right to left as we look there. So it's certainly there. Weight control is going to be everything to get the line right. And she's played it perfectly, I think. Terrific shot. We're seeing some of the form that helped her to win last weekend at the under 25 as Taylor Reese-Hansen picks up a really nicely played 2. Einarson leading by 3-2 after 3 ends.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Welcome back. We're in the fourth end of this very interesting encounter between Reese-Hansen and Einarson. We're in the fourth end. The score is actually 3 points to 2 for Einarson. Einarson has the hammer. And we've seen some excellent curling. Taylor Reese-Hansen in that third end. Absolutely no fear whatsoever. Played a pretty aggressive end, took some risks. Managed to squeeze half a miss out of Kerri Einarson. And that set up the 2 for her to get her and her team back in this game. As we watch lead player Juliana McKenzie drop her second stone nicely into the 4-foot circle here. Perfectly placed. We can give you a quick update on the other games this afternoon from the Saville Centre. Tabitha Peterson is 3-3 against Gracelyn Richards after 2 ends. Michelle Englot is trailing 1 point to 0 against Caitlin Laws after 2. Corin Brown is 3-3 with Serena Gray Withers after 3 ends. Selena Sturme is trailing by 2 points to 1 against Mila Plett. That's also a Pool A game. Our feature game, Taylor Reese-Hansen trails Kerri Einarson by 3 points to 2. Those are the 5 games going on right now on the ice. As we see Kim Bono being asked to remove this yellow counter from the 4-foot. Possibly a double at the back. Safely done. So this young team from BC are hanging on in there. They're 1 down without hammer, but they've done pretty well and they're staying in this game. And Kerri Einarson now electing to Get rid of the centre guard. Nicely done, and converted to a corner. Very nice. Very nice play from Kristen Karwacki. With her third stone of this end. Einarson has the hammer, so we'll be very pleased to have a centre guard converted to a corner guard. That sets up a 2 for her. And there's Kim Bono with her second stone, just being asked to replace the centre guard. Probably about a yard out of the circles, just to create a bit of distance between the guard and the shot in the forefoot. And that's something we haven't seen much this weekend, a stone under curling near the centre line. Tendency has been for a very late finish and stones to over curl on teams, catch them out. And it's the wrong side to show because it's going to allow Val to come down here with a nice controlled weight, hit about 3/4 of the red, and try and roll in behind this corner guard that they made beforehand. This is looking a bit hot though. Oh, unlucky, it's just taking a little bit of a twist there and come back fully open. So Taylor without hammer looking to remove that yellow roll in behind her red guard. Keep the pressure on the forefoot, keep the scoring area small, preventing Kerri and her team from using that corner guard that they have there. So really important to hang around here. Doesn't really want to go behind the corner guard. That's what she's done. The good thing about that red stone is it is well in front of the tee line, so it's actually stopping Kerri and her team from using that corner guard. And for that reason, Kerri's just going to ignore everything and draw around the red centre. Try and get her 2 that way. Saville needs to be better than the red. Needs to be in the circles, doesn't want to be short in the middle here. She won't be pleased with that. As well as not lying second shot, she's actually created another centre guard, which is going to help Taylor and her team now as they draw around the red-yellow pair at the front of the circles. So a little bit of a turning point in this end. If third player Megan McGilvery can pop this onto the top of the button. She can even freeze the one on the back, wouldn't be a bad result either. Line is great. Yeah, and now red line 2, so plan B for Megan, I think, but a good result. But Kerri will still be believing that she can still get a nice 2 from this situation. Val needs to redeem herself here and get nicely in the top of the 4-foot circle. Give her team a chance of 2. And as the saying goes, I don't think Val could have come down and manually placed that rock any better than where it is right now. Perfect shot. Forcing Taylor to play the other rotation. But still, I wouldn't say plenty of space, but there's still space to come between those 2 yellow guards. Come down and basically sit side by side with the yellow stone at the top of the 4-foot would be position A, I think. So Taylor Reese-Hansen with her first stone in the 4th end here. Looking for a piece of the button. A little bit unfortunate. I thought she had negotiated that gap, but it has over-curled on her, as we said earlier. Stones coming towards the center line do finish really strongly. And now, all sorts of things are possible. For example, doubling those 2 reds and rolling to top of the 4-foot. Other option is the straight draw in. Which wouldn't be bad either. I have a feeling Kerri would prefer to see one of those reds out of there. Even if she nosed it, it wouldn't be a bad result. If the straight draw would ever go wrong, if she was ever a little bit long, then it wouldn't be a great situation. So, but she's going for it. From here, it looks like there's a lot of space between the 2 yellow guards, but because of this late finish, it's not the easiest to come through there. So Kerri Einarson with her first stone in the 4th. Also looking for a piece of the button, I think. You see them waiting and waiting for it to come off this longer guard. And then as soon as it does, it swoops towards the other one, but the line is perfect. Pretty good result. She's fully hidden there. She would like to have been in front of the tee, but think she'll be pretty happy with that. And now Taylor's pretty much got to negotiate the same path. And she can't bounce off that yellow. She needs to basically freeze that yellow and give her opponent 1 point. That seems to me to be the primary goal here. Don't think she can score a point. She could use her own reds to try and score a point. As we saw in the last end, she's not afraid, that's for sure. Looks like she's going for it. By it, I mean, it looks like she's going for a redivert, a divert on that red stone beside the brush of Megan McGilvery. Trying just to catch a tiny edge of this red and divert over onto the yellow. I think that's what she's doing. Yeah, certainly playing a solid weight, so looking to pick about 1/5 of this red. And she's got it perfectly, I think. What a great result. Hats off there, that's a great shot from the skipper. Now lying 2 points, one fully buried, touching the top of the button. And putting pressure on Kerri here. So Kerri Einarson with her last stone in the fourth, the last stone in the fourth. Trying to draw around the red at the top of the button and try and get a piece of the button as well. Oh, and it's just slipped through. Really unlucky. Very good attempt. Excellent end of curling. And with that, Team Reese-Hansen has stolen a point, and now they're level 3-3 after 4 ends.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those voices trying to tear me down, I'm here to silence them. We've given everything we have for a chance to get everything we want.
If you've just joined us, welcome to the 2024 Saville Shootout presented by Curling Stadium, Edmonton. My name is Brian Gray and we're live from Sheet 5 at the Saville Community Sports Centre in Edmonton. And we are enjoying a cracking game in Pool A between Taylor Reese-Hansen from Victoria, BC and Team Kerri Einarson from Gimli in Manitoba. Both teams are on 1 win and 1 loss, and we're tied at 3-3 after 4 ends. If you've just joined us, you might want to scroll back a little bit and watch a couple of ends beforehand because it's been an excellent game of curling. Einarson took an early lead 3-0, and since then Taylor Reese-Hansen and her team have managed to pull back to 3-3. We are streaming all sheets through Curling Stadium, and all games are available to watch on the Curling Stadium Edmonton and Curling Zone YouTube channels. You can find your favourite team's games on Curling Zone's YouTube channel by checking out playlists and searching for your team name, youtube.com/curlingzone. But hope you'll stay here because this has been a cracking game so far. Both these teams pretty keen to get a second win on the board. And Pool A is hotting up because the top team right now in Pool A is Mila Plett, and she's trailing by 3 points to 2 against Selena Sturmey right now. Pretty solid pool of teams. There are, of course, 4 pools in this competition, 4 pools of 5 teams, and the ladies' purse, $25,000. The men's event also with 20 teams. The sessions are staggered, so some games will be starting on the other 5 sheets shortly. And after all the drama of the first half, a slightly more relaxed end here. As we see, a very nice draw to the button from Kim Bono, second player on the Reese-Hansen team. And now Tristan Karwacki is being asked to remove this centre guard by her skip, Kerri Einarson. And she's just thinned it. The rock in the rings is open, but would like to have seen that another yard further over to the left somewhere, well out of harm's way. So having played catch-up, Taylor Reese-Hansen now will be seeing an opportunity perhaps to even get into the lead. If they can guard this stone up nicely and set up a chance of a steal, turn the game on its head. Nicely played by Kim. And now it's cleanup time for Val Sweeting. Looking to hit about 4/5 of that front red on the right-hand side. And just pick the other red guard as she goes by. Bonus point if she can hang around with her shooter here at the side of the sheet. Looks like they tried to make the double the other way, which was probably slightly harder. But the red guard is now a little bit further away from the 4-foot area, so becoming less and less problematic. As we see third player Megan McGilvery trying to replace that centre guard that was just removed. This appears to be a little bit on the long side. But it's sat down just in time. The line's perfect. Kerri will be aiming just an inch off center, left or right, make the double, and if she can roll the yellow a little bit away, it would be a bonus. Safely done by Val. It's the battle of the lefties at third position. Both Val Sweeting and Megan McGilvery playing from the other hack. Always gives the skips plenty to think about. Just changes the angle slightly. You have to correct the ice, and just one more thing to factor in. And there we go. It's a half miss. This stone is wide open for Val to try and hit the left-hand side of that red and roll behind the red corner guard. This could be a turning point in this end if Val can remove this and safely negotiate a position behind that corner guard. Not going to get the roll she wanted though. Going the other way, it seems. Nicely done. Taylor planning to maximize, make the most out of this big finish here at the Saville Centre. She's going to try and overcurl that yellow and try and get in behind the central red guard. First things first though, it needs to cleanly remove it. Without hammer, she can't afford that this stays anywhere in the ring, so this yellow has to go. And then second priority, she can think about where she's going to hide. Reese-Hansen with her first stone in this fifth end. Without hammer, trying to remove this yellow counter. It's gone a little bit wrong for her. She might get a little bit lucky with a tick there. Well, was a little bit surprised to see she was trying to roll behind the center guard. That seemed to be a little bit risky, but as we've seen earlier in the game, she's not afraid to take some chances. But now Kerri tries to seize the opportunity to possibly pick up a 2 or even a 3. She's going to come all the way around this red corner guard and come probably to the full 4 foot on the tee line. I think would be what she wants. Get a second stone into the 4 foot, give herself a small chance even for a 3. Kerri Einarson, first stone in the fifth end for her. Possibly a little bit hot this time. As long as it's better than the red, it's not a disaster, but she wouldn't want to be through. And the reason for that probably is it's a completely new bit of ice. Nobody's thrown a draw down there so far this game. Everybody's been drawn to the button, but Kerri was effectively drawing to the edge of the 4 foot there. And perhaps overestimated if it was a little bit slower or not. So she'll be pretty disappointed with that. Because it's given Taylor now, she knows exactly the ice she should have to play, and she'll have a fair idea now about the draw weight. But now it's Taylor's opportunity to get basically side by side with that yellow or bite a piece of the button. So this ends swinging backwards and forwards with every rock. So Taylor Reese-Hansen with her last stone in this fifth. The line is pretty good. Wow. Looks yellow to me, but it's not much in it. And it is yellow, I think. She's just making sure of it, Kerri. Seem to be fairly happy they're lying one, so they're just going to come down now, get full 4 foot to get their second point. So Kerri Einarson, last stone of the fifth, looking for full 4 foot to pick up her 2. Got a bit of a line problem, I think, here. If she touches that yellow, my goodness. Still looks like 2 to me. 2 yellows. But it might be a measure for the second one. Measure it is. So we've had a really cracking game of curling so far. Einarson pulled out to an early lead, and then ends 3 and 4 were dominated by Taylor Reese-Hansen's team to get back level to 3-3. And now Einarson's got 1 for sure, and it's a measure for the second, if the yellow is also second. Well, they didn't indicate, but I'm guessing it's a 2. So don't go anywhere. 6th end's coming right up.
Don't forget the brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on. Okay, well, what do you got? You got 1, you got 2, yeah!
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Welcome back to the 2024 Saville Shootout, and it's just 1 point, it appears, so Kerri Einarson picking up a single in the 5th end to take a 4-3 lead. It's been a cracking game, 2 teams playing really well. As we see Juliana Mackenzie's lead stone. Nicely played as a corner guard. Kristen Karwacki, lead player in this 3-player Einarson team today. Looking to come round this yellow. Maybe full 4 foot on the center line would be position A. So Taylor ignoring the wide open yellow, looking to make use of her corner guard as soon as possible here. Juliana Mackenzie with her second stone, looking to come Probably T-line weight behind this corner guard. A little bit of a mix-up there. I think they just took their eye off the swooping for one moment and it's just grazed that corner guard, so a little bit unfortunate. It was perfectly played. And now a chance for Kristen to remove this red and possibly roll behind the two yellows. Kerri asking for some curl. And Val indicated that it was a little bit up weight, but look at the result. It's perfectly played. With the weight that you need to play the double here, I don't think the double is possible. Straight back on that yellow, so will be interesting to see the weight selection here as we see number 2, Kim Bono. Looks a nice controlled weight. Coming down, trying to remove just one yellow, I think. Maybe rolling a bit wide. That's a nice result. Rolls the red away from the center line, creates a bit of space there, and equally important, the other yellow is now wide open. So perfect result. Ball swinging with her, first of 3. Also nice control weight, looking for about 3/4 of this red, would like to roll into the center. Otherwise, a maximum distance from the other yellow. Pretty good result, the double land roll is there. But Taylor trying to make use of this corner guard. Now she's gone to the center guard option. Still on second rock, so it might be an idea to go behind the corner. If it was a little bit later in the end, you might think about trying to get right directly behind that center guard. I think this is the right call. They do have hammers, so they'd like to bring that corner guard into play if they could. As it happens, they've pretty much done everything. They've played the double perfectly, and they've got 3/4 hidden behind the center guard, so really nice stone from Kim Bono. Ball coming down to have a look at this. This rock is 1/3 open, maximum maybe a quarter. And they've got to be thinking here, they don't have hammers, so if they do move the red, they really should remove the red. So needs to have enough energy to get that red fully out of the 12-foot circle. Otherwise, they're handing their opponent a good chance of a 2. Bit of a key shot here. Nicely done. Would love to. Oh, it's hung around. Excuse me, not nicely done. I thought that was safely out of the rings, but it's hung around, and there we are. Big turning point in this end. Maybe in the whole game. If Team Reese-Hansen can capitalize now. With 4 perfect shots. Starting with this one from Megan McGilvery. Would love to be fully hidden. Well, it's just dropped behind the tee line. Without hammer, you don't really want to be drawing around corner guards, but right now I don't think Einarson's got a choice. She needs to come around this corner guard, freeze on top of the red, and take the chance of 3 or 2 away from her opponent. So another key shot. Can't afford to bounce. Can't afford to be long. Appears to be just in shot position. It is chippable though. Plenty space between the yellow and the red at the back, so third player Megan McGilvery has a chance to really set her team up. As I mentioned earlier, this could be a turning point for the whole game. If they can make this perfectly and roll away somewhere down at the back of the 12-foot circle, could be on for a multiple score. Nicely done. Just lying 2. Didn't quite get the yellow far enough to lie 3. But Team Einarson in a little bit of bother here. She can't afford to roll out. Otherwise Taylor would come down and remove that yellow and lie 3, I would think. But she needs to hang around here. Options would be a top 4-foot draw, or maybe a hack weight on that red, remove it and try and roll in behind the center guard. Those would be the 2 obvious options. If Kerri can remove twice cleanly and stay in the rings, I don't think she can lose more than 2. But if ever she rolls out, things could get rather unpleasant. But Kerri Einarson with her first stone in the 6th end. Looks to be a hack weight, maybe a bumper weight. Removal of the red counter, roll behind the centre guard. Safely done. Taylor now would love to roll perhaps 2 feet to the right as we look. Just biting the 8-foot circle on the right side of the main screen. That would mean a bit of a decision time for Kerri Einarson. So Taylor Reese-Hansen, first stone for her in the 6th end. Controlled weight removal of this yellow and perhaps roll a little bit away from the center. Doesn't really want to roll behind the center guard. Main objective achieved. Kerri now looking to come down. Similar shot to her last one, but just try and roll 1 rock to the left. Pretty good attempt. Makes the chip for 2 just that little bit harder for Taylor. But there's a long space between that center guard and the shot in the button, so she would fancy her chances here to pick up 2. All credit to Kerri Einarson, who played 2 perfect shots there. She knew if she rolled out on either of those stones, it was going to be a 3. So she's managed to keep her team in this end. But still a good chance for 2 here with a down weight chip. Just chip it out the 8-foot. Taylor Reese-Hansen, last stone of the 6th end. To go ahead in this game for the first time. Perfectly done. Very well played to Team Reese-Hansen pick up 2 points in the 6th to go 5-4 ahead for the first time in the game. Don't go away.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome back. 7th end. Team Reese-Hansen up by a point. Kerri Einarson's team with the hammer. As we see Kristen Karwacki with her first stone of the 7th end. Very nicely played. As we see lead player Juliana McKenzie with her second stone of this end, looking to come down and freeze on that yellow. Perfectly done, I would say. While this end's going on, I can give you a quick run of the other games going on the sheet right now. There are actually 10 games on the ice right now. 5 have just started. But the first 5 games, we have Tabitha Peterson trailing 7-6 against Gracelyn Richards after 5. Caitlin Laws is leading 4-1 against Michelle Englot, also after 5. Corinne Brown and Serena Gray Withers tied at 5-5 after 5. Selena Sturmey and Mila Plett also tied at 3-3 after 4 ends. Those are the other 4 games that are at the same level as this game. 4th or 5th ends, or 5th or 6th ends completed. As we see Kim Bono, number 2 of this BC team, looking to draw around the yellow at the top of the 12. Possibly around the back of the other yellow as well. Pretty good result. That red still nicely frozen on the yellow there. Might see Kerri run the red, yellow, red. Open things up a bit. Red guard onto yellow top 12 onto the red stone that's just been thrown. Alternatively, just remove that red stone that's just been thrown and roll maybe 5 feet to the right. Would be another option. In the back of her mind here, always the option of having a blank end. Doesn't look like that now. Running the red guard here would certainly give a bit of clarity to this end. That's what she's going for. I like this call. You play this now and then you know pretty early in the end, is a blank likely? Are we going for 2? You don't want to be playing this late in the end and getting into some unforeseen situation, so play it now. See how you go. There is a chance you could remove 2 red stones here. So Tristan with her last stone of this end, the 3/3 stone that she's played. Looking to clean up a little bit here. Just ripping the guard off, okay. Kim Bono, number 2 in this team, being asked to come down and place a nice centre guard in front of the pack here. Here it comes, the big curl at the end, the big finish here. Nicely done. So Kerri calling for either clearing or, more likely I would think, red onto yellow. Just clearing the guard. I think we'll see Taylor just replace it. Maybe a bit longer would be advised. Maybe a 2-meter guard would be nicer. A little bit of distance between the guard and the shots and the rings. As we see third player Megan McGilvery, the lefty on this team, being asked to replace this guard on the center line. I like this one more, just that little bit longer, I think. Well, we're making contact this time with something, and it's perfect. And if that stays at the back, it's absolutely perfect shot. That's the one I thought they might try a couple of stones earlier, because that now is very clear now the situation. They can go for 2 at least here. Wonderful that yellow at the back hung on. They've got a corner guard and they've got 2 yellows in the ring, so this is going to be a bit of cat and mouse here. So Megan being asked to remove this yellow, possibly just tucking behind the corner guard. Nicely done. I don't know what's going on here. I think Val has 1 more stone to play. There we are, yeah. I was getting a bit confused there. That's what happens when there's 3 players. You play your 2 stones and you go up to your skip and you think you're over, but you've still got 1 more to play. I wonder if that changes the strategy at all, because there's also a run on this yellow, but she is going to stick with the plan for 2. You could also run that yellow and give yourself a chance of 3, but that's perhaps a little bit too adventurous at this stage. So Val being asked to remove the red and roll nicely behind the corners. Looks to be pretty close. Maybe it's going to overroll a little bit. It's just stuck out the other side. Pretty good result. So now Taylor will come down with an in-turn draw and just try and get as close to that yellow as possible. Doesn't want to be far back. We prefer to be just touching the 4-foot circle. Doesn't want to be T-line here. Taylor Reese-Hansen, first stone for her in the 7th end. Looking to bite the 4-foot circle, just near to that yellow line. Looks great. It's pretty good there. There is a double on the reds, which Kerri's looking at. The double's there for sure. The problem will be to hang around is very, very difficult, because she would need to hit probably 2/3 of the front red, and that would mean her shooter's rolling out the rings, which would then leave an open hit on the yellow behind those reds. I don't think she can remove these 2 reds and stay in the circles. That would be a miracle. It needs about 2/3 of the front red on the right-hand side as we look on the main screen. Pick the red off of the back, and then watch and see if the shooter hangs around, which I don't think it can. No, it won't, especially not in this sort of speed. So precision double for Kerri here. Looks to be really close. Perfectly done, and manages to avoid the yellow at the back, so very nice result. As I said before, it is leaving this hit for Taylor on this yellow, and if Taylor can ever get half behind the corner guard, I think she's going to escape losing more than one. Taylor Reese-Hansen, control weight takeout, looking for the little inward roll. Perfectly played again. Couldn't really be better, showing a little bit of the outside edge, which I think is the right edge to show. By that I mean the red has to go further. If you hit that side of the red, the right side as we look, the red has to go a whole lot further than if you hit the left side. And that's leaving only the run back, so Kerri has to play with fire here, make the run back, score 2 points, and lead by a point going into the 8th end. And if she doesn't make it, she's going to be trailing by 2. Kerri Einarson, last stone of the 7th, run back for 2 points. Perfectly played. That's the shot of a champion. 2 points for Kerri Einarson, and she sneaks into a 6-5 lead. Reese-Hansen with the hammer going down the last end. Back in a moment.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Welcome back to the 2024 Saville Shootout presented by Curling Stadium Edmonton. My name is Brian Gray and we're live from Sheet 5 at the Saville Community Sports Centre. This is Draw 7 game between Taylor Reese-Hansen, Victoria, BC, and Kerri Einarson from Gimli in Manitoba. This is a Pool A game. Both these teams are on 1 win and 1 loss. Both vying to get a second win on the board. And we have had an exceptional game of curling, I would say. Don't forget that we're streaming all sheets through the Curling Stadium, and all games are available to watch on the Curling Stadium Edmonton and Curling Zone YouTube channels. Find your favorite team's games on Curling Zone's YouTube channel, checking out playlists and searching for your team name, youtube.com/curlingzone. So here we are in the 8th. Team Reese-Hansen trailing by 1 point with that all-important hammer. As we see Kristen Karwacki. With a decent looking draw to the button. So 2 or 3 ends ago, Taylor ignored this open yellow situation and drew around the corner guard. But this time she's decided to freeze on top. As we see lead player Juliana McKenzie trying to come down and just angle freeze this yellow. No surprise, perfectly played. These two teams have really played well this game, picked up on the ice conditions. There's a strong late finish on these sheets here in Edmonton, but both teams seem to be very comfortable. Been very few misses. Kerri Einarson with a lovely run back to score 2 points in the 7th end. To just edge in front of this young team from British Columbia. If you've just joined us, Team Einarson playing with 3 players today. So Kristen playing her 3rd stone of this end. probably wanted that to curl a little bit more. Half a rock more, perhaps. This means that the takeout on the double takeout on the guards would be that little bit easier if they do try that. The 5 rock rule is over, so they could try doubles on these, a double on these 2 yellows, the 2 yellow guards, but they're not going for that. They're going to try and remove this yellow and possibly roll over, as we see Kim Bono, number 2 in this team. Very nicely done, creating a second corner guard on the left there. Very handy for this last end. As we see Val Sweeting. Being asked to come down and replace Centerguard. And there it is, it's come all the way back, almost perfectly on the center line. Around the hog line, you weren't sure if it was going to even reach the center line, and there it is. But the guards are a little bit grouped together now, so Taylor having a quick look to see if it's worth if I go at this double. This double would set her up really well, because she's got these lovely 2 corner guards, and she needs 2 to win. On the overhead, we don't see the other guard. We can't see the exact angle, but it does look like it's worth a go. So Kim Bono being asked to play some sort of clearing. Not exactly sure what's being asked here. If it is the double or just a single peel. Looks like the double if they're going out there. Perfectly made, and manages to avoid her own red corner guard as well. They've done everything right in this end. Can they keep it going? The Val center guard just coming nicely towards the center line. Need to cover that red raise, which they have done, beautifully done. And now Taylor looking, because it's just a single center guard, looking at possibly just tapping the red. Maybe a backline length. Doesn't need to remove the yellow completely. Just needs to get out the 8-foot circle. Megan McGilvey, number 3 in this BC team. Trying to chip red onto yellow and move the yellow back 8. Perfectly judged. They're going to get it almost on the nose. And they've managed to get it all the way back to the 12 foot. That's a beautiful shot. And right now, BC are lying game. Terrific shot. Really setting our team up in this last end. Kerri and our team's going to have to work really hard to stay in this here. The draw to the button's still there, of course, but so is the red run. Cracking last end of curling. Kerri indicating back 8, but I don't think that was where she wanted the stone. I think this has to be maybe a back of the button draw. Back of the button or full 4 foot at the back of the 4 foot circle. The line's great again. Can she hide it? Well, she's got a piece of the button. Very nice shot. She's 1/3 open, so it is chippable. Taylor looking at splitting her own red here to give her 2 options for the chip red-yellow later. Not sure I like that call. It's an idea for sure, but the red on the left, if she chips her own red, the red on the left's going to leave probably some sort of double. Option A is just a back 12 weight on that yellow stone directly. Get it out the 8 foot and you're looking good for a 2. Other option is the one that Taylor mentioned, splitting her own red stone. But I'm not sure I like that so much. Looks like they're going to go for the obvious choice. Yep. I'm guessing back 12 weight. She could hit that back 12 and she could just roll about 3 feet or 2 feet, pretty much where the Vice Scout's broom is, to lie 3 points. So this is Megan's second stone of this end. Key shot, I would say. Okay, looks like we misread what they're doing. Looks like they're chipping the red in for 1. And it's just gone a bit too far. They've lost control of this end a little bit. If Kerri can come down and get the inside edge of that red, there's still options, but it doesn't look quite as good as it did 2 minutes ago. Obviously they want to move this red out of the 4-foot circle. The question is, how far do they roll with the shooter? Bearing in mind that the 2 reds at the front are clearly, I say clearly, possibly usable. I'm guessing right on the nose wouldn't be a bad result here. Just sit with edge of the rock touching the center line. So Kerri Einarson, first stone in this last end for her. Needs to curl. Looking better now. Okay, she's gone 2 inches further over than I thought she might. And now it's going to be interesting. Can these reds be used? If not, Taylor's going to come down and try and somehow move both yellows. Perfect shot from Kerri, I would say. By rolling over just a little bit more than I was thinking, she's taken away the easier double. So Taylor will do really well to lie shot after this. To lie shot, she would need to touch both yellows and somehow get them both out the 4-foot, which looks a tough call from here. But there is a bit of distance between the yellow guard and the shot on top of the 4-foot. And there's a very late, strong finish, so let's see what she can muster here. So Taylor Reese-Hansen, first stone off this last end for her, with a very tricky downweight chip. Well, that is extremely unlucky. Can't believe she actually over curled. If she'd curled probably 2 centimeters less, she cleanly removed the back yellow from the 4-foot, and she probably was lying to. Very, very good attempt. And it's giving Kerri something to think about, because Kerri cannot be high on this. Otherwise, she's going to give shot away. So a really thrilling last end here on sheet 5. Kerri Einarson with potentially her last stone of the game, trying to chip this red out without touching the yellow at the back. This is on the high side right now, getting better. Really good. Shot of a champion, I would say. And now, is this double available now? She was so close the last time, Taylor. She actually over curled the double. She needs to stay a little bit higher this time. The question will be what speed she's playing. If she's really trying to remove both yellows from the 8-foot, it's going to have to be a bit stronger than the last one. Pretty sure she can't overcurl this one this time. The tendency would be, because she's playing that a little bit faster, would be just to hang a little bit high and nose the yellow on the button on the 4-foot. That's the danger here. Not sure those 2 reds help her at all. The 2 reds at the front of the circles. So I think she's got to remove this yellow. Needs about 2 inches off center. Her shooter will hang around in the 8-foot, and the question will only be if they get this double at the back perfectly or not. If they can get like 1-inch contact on that back yellow, she will get 2 or 3. If they get half on the back yellow, it's going to be too much, I think. So it needs to be pretty thin contact on the back yellow. Tough shot for sure. Taylor Reese-Hansen, last stone of the game potentially. Double takeout for 2 or 3. Really bad luck. But we go to, they've stolen a point. Team Einarson has won the game 7 points to 5. Taylor's last stone just under curl for her. Had to play a little bit faster than the shot before. And because of that, didn't curl nearly as much as she hoped for. She did make contact, I think, with the back yellow. But unfortunately for her and her team, they've just come up short. Einarson's going to steal 1 more point to win 7-5. So congratulations to Kerri and her team on a very well played game. Both teams, congratulations. Kerri goes to 2-1. Reese-Hansen stays now on 1 win, so they go 1-2. And before we leave, we'll just give you a quick rundown of the scores on the other sheets. We have Gracelyn Richards leading 7-6 against Tabitha Peterson. That's after 5 ends. Caitlin Laws has won 6 points to 1 against Michelle Englot. Serena Gray Withers is 7-7 with Corinne Brown after 7 ends. Serena with the hammer in the 8th. Selena Sturmey is 5-3 up against Mila Plett. That's in the 7th end, Plett with the hammer. Kerri Einarson, as we know, has won 7-5 against Taylor Reese-Hansen. And then the other games which are just in their 3rd end. Jim of Korea is leading 2-0 against Silvernagel after 3 ends. Fujisawa is leading 4-2 against McMacken of the USA after 3 ends. Jolene Campbell is leading 3-1 against Tabata of Japan, also after 3. Kitazawa, who we saw earlier play really well, winning 5-1 against McNamee from Calgary after 3 ends. And last but not least, Kate Camera is leading 3-2 against Jessica McCartney after 3 ends. Just a reminder, we are showing all the games. You can find those through Curling Stadium, and all games are available to watch on the Curling Stadium Edmonton and Curling Zone YouTube channels. Find your favorite teams by searching on the YouTube channel for playlists and for their team name. Lots of curling to watch. Hope you enjoyed this afternoon's cracking game of curling between these two top teams. Thanks for joining us. My name is Brian Gray, and hope to see you again very soon. Bye for now.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.